Welcome to episode 151 of the Hurricane Mike Show, where we will be recapping what happened here in week 7. Man, before we get into that, look, the Saints ain't play good Sunday, but at least some of us expected that to happen. While Atlanta scored 10 points against a banged up 49ers defense. Because why, Dad?
Because they suck, son. They suck.
They do suck now. Let's get started with some of these games now. Thursday night, we had probably the best Thursday night game of the season. Man, did you see that Unk Bowl going on? The Granddaddy Bowl? Joe Flacco versus Aaron Rodgers, just the second quarterback matchup of all time, where both quarterbacks entered the game over the age of 40. Man, the first time it ever happened was Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. But yeah, fun fact enough. But yeah, Bengals win 33-31. Dad, what's your recap of this one?
My recap is this was Joe Flacco's second game, and I said on the show when he was first traded that there's no way that in 4 days he could start a game and win that particular ball game, and I was right. He didn't. And during the second week, I'm like, you know what? I think Joe Flacco had enough time that I think he may be able to win this one. I didn't pick him, but I thought that he may be able to pull this one out. So my instinct was right. I think I picked him to lose like 21-20 or something like that, but they ended up winning this ball game. So I wasn't totally surprised. I think it was a great game plan by the Bengals to get the ball out of his hands quick because they got a banged up offensive line. And, Joe Burrow has been running for his life for like 3 years over there. So it was a great game plan, get the ball out quick, swing passes, screens, slants. I mean, you can't go wrong throwing it to a guy like Chase and T. Higgins. And, they have some weapons. Get it out your hands, get it to the playmakers. And it was a great game plan and executed by a veteran. And this is what veterans do. They take that game plan and they execute it to perfection. And he did it. It wasn't some monumental thing. I mean, I even think Aaron Rodgers played a little better than him. He made some great throws, even though he had 2 interceptions. He's, one of them wasn't his fault, and the other one was a great play. But Aaron Rodgers made some big time throws. He proved that he ain't done either. But I think the game plan that the Bengals had was a little better. And hats off to my boy Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, yeah, man. But yeah, this game was on all the drugs, bro. It's like, man, Joe Flacco really looked like 2012 out there. It's like, bruh. Dang, man, that was cool to see. But yeah, also another thing. All right. The Bengals, a lot of people thought they were going to be done when Joe Burrow got hurt. They're still 3-4. They're only I think a game and a half behind Pittsburgh now. Plus they got that tiebreaker, and they play the Jets this week. Which it would be so funny if the Jets upset the Bengals. You know how hilarious that would be. But bro, it's like Joe Flacco. 1 week he beats Steelers, then the next week he goes out there and loses to the freaking Jets. That would be some Joe Flacco-ish. But yeah, Joe Flacco, man, though he rallied the troops. But however, the Bengals. They only had one play on that entire offensive playbook. You know what it was?
Throw to Ja'Marr Chase.
Throw the ball to Ja'Marr Chase. Because this play, what is it? Throw the slant to Ja'Marr Chase. What does this one say? throw the fade to Jamar Chase. What does this play say? We're going to fake it and act like we're going to throw it to Jamar Chase, and then we're going to throw it to Jamar Chase. What does this play say? We're going to hand the ball off, but somehow, some way, the ball will still end up in the hands of Jamar Chase. Like, that boy was everything to the Bengals on Thursday.
You want to know something funny?
What?
During the Saints game, Spencer Rattler threw the ball to Taysom Hill, and Taysom Hill pitched it back, lateraled it to Jamar Chase. He ended up in the Saints game.
Yeah, man. Like, and if you remember the Atlanta game, man, Atlanta was playing against 49ers, and the 49ers were on defense, and somehow Jamar Chase was on defense for the 49ers, and he batted the ball down.
Man, the Saints made me go and cry in the middle of the street, and guess who was out there? Jamar Chase. He was out there laughing at me for crying in the middle of the street. Well, we could do this all night.
Yeah. Fun fact, one of my friends. Yeah, fun fact. One of my friends said that apparently they know they know Jamar Chase on a personal level. Apparently that's a thing. So it's like, okay, can you please tell him to come here? I don't know if she's going to, but maybe. But yeah, that was just a fun game, bro. Bengals win. Next one, let's talk about a game that was not so fun if you were a Jaguars fan or a Rams hater, in which this case that was me. Oh my God, London. People, look, I said sorry last week. I'm going to say it again. Don't send any bombs to the U.S. I'm sorry for what we're sending over there.
We sending trash over there, bro. Trash.
Bro, hold up. I am sorry for what we're sending over there. But boy, Matthew Stafford, that game probably just got him into the Hall of Fame because, oh my goodness. 5 of them things, bruh. Dad, what's your takeaway after this one?
My takeaway is poor Travis Hunter. I mean, my boy still don't have a touchdown in the U.S. My boy. He finally gets a touchdown, but it's in London, and it's their only touchdown. I mean, they went, 10,000 miles that way to play a game where Travis Hunter got us into the end zone, but it was the only points we scored. I mean, that seems like a wasted trip. But hey, they're getting paid pretty well, so they're gonna do whatever they gotta do.
Yeah, man. Matthew Stafford, I think the Jaguars gotta call him daddy because boy, he was slinging the peel, man. 3 touchdowns for Devontae Adams, 5 touchdowns by Matthew Stafford. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a bad day, like stat-wise, but if you were actually watching the game, the amount of times that they went 3 and out, it was insane. Like, I think that punter should win the MVP award at the end of the season because, good God, he had to punt the ball at least 12 times in that game because, bro, I don't know what Jacksonville was on.
Early in the morning at that. 8:30 in the morning, punting the ball.
Yeah, bro. It's like, and it's weird because, Jacksonville's defense wasn't playing great, but, I mean, the Rams only scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, and they all came in the fourth quarter, so it wasn't like the Jaguars' offense just never had a chance. They just refused to show up. I mean, they were shut out 3 of the 4 quarters, so it's like, they were in London too, but yeah, Rams win, so good for y'all. Now let's talk about the depression. Bears beat the Saints 26-14. Dad, what is your latest takeaway?
Latest takeaway, I think we went over this extensively a couple days ago. The Bears pretty much whooped us every facet of the game, other than 2 drives. The last drive of the first half and the first drive of the second half. Other than that, we got dominated from start to finish. Offense, defense, special teams. I mean, coaching. I mean, we got obliterated every level of the team.
Yeah. Bears win 26-14. Dennis Allen's defense dominated against his former team. However, Dad, you sent me something after the live stream. where apparently Dennis Allen got a little game ball by Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I did send that to you. Mm-hmm.
And Dennis Allen wants to be all petty and stuff, saying how the Lord's got to play. First of all, leave the Lord out of this. Like, just leave him. Like, the Lord is great all the time, but leave him out of this. Don't bring Jesus into it.
No. Let him, worship the Lord. I mean, that's what we wish everybody would do. I mean, yeah, he feels a certain way about getting let go, and I understand that. I mean, if you get let go, it's like a bad taste in your mouth. I mean, we Saints fans, so we're gonna be, get over it or whatever. But I understand where he's coming from, and they just had a big win, so I know he's hyped. I can't knock him for that.
I understand that, but it's like this guy went to Chicago. Their defense is currently ranked 25th. But what, you beat up on the sorry Saints, and it's like, what, you want a trophy for that? I mean, you got game ball, I guess you got some. But it's like, Dennis Allen, the thing I have a problem with, and look, don't get me wrong, I probably would have done the same thing. But here's why I got a problem with it. Dennis Allen said how sometimes you're not going to be good enough for somebody. You don't say, Dennis. The amount. Okay, let's go over your Saints resume. What did you do your first year after Sean Payton leaves? You go 7-10. Okay, that's not bad, but the division winner had 8 wins that year. You're telling me you couldn't win an extra game against your division rival, which you could have done, by the way, if your stupid tail ain't blow a 16-3 lead with 2 minutes left to play. If you remember that Buccaneers game on Monday night back in 2022, his first year, we blew a 16-3 lead with 2 minutes to play. How is that even possible? So you flunk out, and then also you mismanaged the Jameis Winston injury. So you had Dalton play the entire season, who was worse than Jameis. And then the year after that, with your boy Derek Carr, you go 9-8. But once again, the division winner went 9-8. So you couldn't win an extra game, huh? But guess what? I'm gonna say it again. You had a chance to win an extra game, but you blew a 17-0 lead to the Green Bay Packers. And then not only that, but at the end of the season, when you beat up Atlanta, you go ahead and apologize to them. And then the year after that, you start 2-0. We're trying to make statues over here. We're saying how we were all wrong about you. We were saying how we're going to win a Super Bowl in our home stadium. And then we go on a 7-game losing streak, and then you get canned. So when you say you weren't good enough for somebody, you don't say. And it's not just a Saints thing. Let's look at what you did in Oakland when they fired you. You went 4-12 your first year. Okay, it's your first year. Not everybody has good years. The second year, surely you improved, right? You went 4-12 again. Okay. It could be worse. I mean, you could not win the game. Oh, wait. The third year, you went 0-4, then you got fired. So, look. Dennis, I'm going to say this to you one time, my brother. Just like when you say that you weren't good for us or for the Raiders, that wasn't the Lord's doing. That was your doing. The Lord ain't telling you to apologize to Atlanta, and if he did, then I don't know what his plan was for you, because I don't know what you really... You thought I forgot about that, Dennis. Just because you in a different hat now, don't mean I ain't forget. But yeah, anyways, do you have anything else to say about this game before we move on?
Nope, I'm done with this game.
Yeah, on to the Buccaneers. However, I know we're going to get to it later, but I never root for injuries, but at least we can say Mike Evans ain't getting 1,000 yards this season.
Nope.
At least that's a thing. Unless he gets like all those yards in one game whenever he comes back, because technically he's not out for the season, but like it's going to be incredibly difficult. Like this man's going to have to go on like a tear the last couple weeks. Like this man's going to have to get like 500 yards in 2 or 3 games. Maybe even more than that to get 1,000. So it's like, Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Boy, when I tell you them Dolphins, man, this is why I had them as the worst team in the league entering the season, as they got BTA'd by the Cleveland Browns. Now, Dad, I have a question: are the Browns one of the best teams in the NFL?
No.
Are you sure about that? Because boy, they put that on Miami, 31-6. Dylan Gabriel, man, you had Dylan Gabriel out there looking like he was gonna, like, bro. You had people forgetting who Shador Sanders even was out there. Dylan Gabriel was carving you up, Miami. You gonna let him do that to you? Oh man. What's your takeaway after this one?
My takeaway is I'm not surprised that the Dolphins lost and got beat like a drum. What I am surprised with is Mike McDaniel still has a job.
He does have a job now.
He still has a job. I can't believe
He
that.
still.
I thought if he laid an egg in this game, he'd get fired, but I guess not. But yeah, Dylan Gabriel, trying to hold on to that job. He hears all the noise. People like Shador Sanders. So he's just trying to ball out, and I mean the Dolphins made it really easy for him.
Yep. I mean, it's like Dylan Gabriel said. Some people are out there to entertain. Some people are out there to compete. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel. Do you remember when he said that?
Yep.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, he's throwing a shot at Shador." Then Gabriel tried to play it off. We know what he was trying to do. Like, he can't fool us. But yeah, Browns win 31-6. Quinshon Judkins scored 3 touchdowns. One of them, he was at quarterback, in Wildcat. And boy, the Browns, man. The Browns, they might be sneaking up on some teams. Like, I know it's just the Dolphins, but hey, Browns can play like this. Maybe they're a team where it's like, are they making the playoffs? Probably not, but like they could maybe win 6 to 7 games. What's good, Jerry? How you doing, my brother? But anyways, next up, we gotta talk about the team that played piss poor. Let's see. Great voicemail calling John Barnes. Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet because obviously I'm doing the show right now. But I'll have to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out later because I still remember what I said too, and I stay on that. Y'all hypocritical people, freaking getting on us for challenging PIs, but then but y'all can challenge illegal 4 passes nonstop. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. Saying it slows the game down. Okay, everything slows the game down. Touchdown slow the game down. Flag slow the game down. Timeout slow the game down. 2-minute warning slows the game down. But what, reviewing eeny bitty pass interference call, that's gonna slow the game down? Then don't watch the game then. Whatever. That's another story for another day. Patriots, man, put not as bad as the BTA as Cleveland did, but pretty much the same BTA as they beat down the Titans 31-13. Cam Moore. Well, the Titans lost to Mike Vrabel, who they canned, and they brought in Brian Callahan, who they canned before this game. So, what is your reaction to this one?
The Titans suck, dude. They just suck. I mean, they almost as worse as the Saints. They're battling the Saints for that number 1 draft pick. Yeah, so they have a lot of work to do. They, the Patriots, they got their swagger back after, a rough one last week. But yeah, Titans suck. Not as bad as Atlanta, but they suck.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee, I ain't gonna lie though. Tennessee for a hot minute looked like they could have probably pulled off the upset. But then the second half happened, and that was nowhere to be found. Because at the Titans, I think they were winning. I don't think they were winning going to halftime, but I think the Patriots scored a touchdown at the end of the half to take the lead from Tennessee, and the Titans never saw the lead again. So there was a moment there where it looked like the Titans could probably win this thing. But then the second half happened, and that all just went out the window.
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
I thought you were gonna say the Titans had a chance to win, but then the coin toss happened. That would have been tight. But...
Nah. Titans lose 31-13. Now, the Raiders, bruh. They almost had a chance to beat the Chiefs, but then the coin toss happened. You want to talk about the
Exactly.
coin toss? You want to talk about the coin toss happening to lose? The Raiders, man.
It was over after that.
Man, it was over. As soon as the Chiefs players arrived, not dead, the game was over. Boy, them Raiders are some garbage, man. 31-0. What's your reaction?
I mean, these are the type of games, a division rival type game. It doesn't matter what the records are. They're usually one or two, maybe two scores apart. Never a blowout. I mean, do you see this a lot in division play? Not me.
Yep. Chiefs, man. 31-0, man. The Raiders couldn't even get a field goal on the board. Mahomes, I hate to
You know,
say it, but the Chiefs might be back.
the worst part about it is
What?
The Raiders have a better record than the Saints.
Disgusting. Whatever. That's gonna change on Sunday, though. That gonna change Sunday when we have the same record as the Raiders. But anyways, Rashee Rice, man, he shouldn't even have been playing in the game. I'm sorry, but how can you cause a 6-car collision and you only get a 6-week suspension? Like, bro, you suspend people for a year for gambling, but hitting somebody with the car, that's okay. Like, I understand people make mistakes, but it's like, bro, suspend him for only 6 games? Like, are you serious? But anyways, yeah, Chiefs win 31-0. Rashee Rice returned and was easily Mahomes' favorite target out there, as he got 2 touchdowns in the thing. And yeah, the Raiders, if the Saints don't get the number 1 pick or the Jets don't get the number 1 pick, the Raiders probably will. So yeah, I just got some. Man, they paid Geno Smith a bunch of money. They paid him like $30 million or something. So it's like, bro. Eagles, man, maybe their offense is back. 28-22 over the Minnesota Vikings. Dad, I'm going to take it over to you. How do you feel about this one?
They appear to be back, but if you watch the game, which I didn't really, but I looked into the game, and they really wasn't hitting on all cylinders in this one as well. I mean, they're very fortunate to win this game, but it is a road game in the NFC, so hats off to them. Their running game is not back yet, though. They still haven't run the ball the way they can run the ball, so they need to shore that up. Then they can be that powerhouse that we thought they were, but they're not yet. Getting close, but not yet.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the reason that they can't run the ball is because of the Madden curse?
No, I don't believe in cursing. I'm a Christian.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, Saquon Barkley on the Madden cover, and he ain't doing that good this season. Just saying. But yeah, the Eagles they struck on a 79-yard touchdown to, I think it was Devontae Smith. They hit another deep bomb to end the game to AJ Brown. They hit another deep bomb touchdown to AJ Brown. So it looked like their offense was clicking on all cylinders on Sunday. So I'm just saying, man, if the Eagles play like that, they could make a run again. Now let's talk about a game that confused me. As the Panthers beat the sorry old Jets 13-6. And Dad, I'm about to say something that I never thought I would ever say. This week, every team in the NFC South lost except for the Carolina Panthers. Ain't that cray-cray?
That is cray. And the Panthers are what, 4-3 now?
Yep.
They
got a winning record right now.
They got a winning record, and they have a chance, man. They have a chance.
Man, I mean, I understand it's just the Jets, and they barely beat the Jets, but man, Carolina. But hey, you see what happens when you go like full rebuild mode? I mean, technically the Panthers had to trade for the number 1 pick to get Bryce Young, but hey, they needed a high enough pick to trade for the number 1 pick, so they did something right. But anyway, so what's your recap after this one?
Let's not give Bryce Young too much credit. I still think he sucks. But this game sucked too. I mean, 13-6. It's 19 points between the teams. I mean, what is like great defense being played or just terrible offense being played? I don't know. Didn't watch the game. It looks like it sucked. But Panthers 4-3, they are definitely in the divisional race. Is mind-boggling as that is, they are here for now.
It's either going to be them or Tampa this season because while us and Atlanta fight for last place, unfortunately, these two teams, Tampa Bay and Carolina, is fighting for first, and that's something I never thought I'd ever say. But yeah, Bryce Young left with an injury, and Justin Fields. Remember last week when we were saying that the Jets needed to bench Fields?
Yes.
Well, they did do that. It did do that. Yeah. At first, Fields got hurt, so then they put in Tyrod. Justin Fields came back into the game, and then they just benched him after that. So yeah, Tyrod Taylor finished out the game, and he really didn't do no better. In fact, you could probably make an argument he kind of did a little bit worse than Fields, but to be fair, they're both. It is what it is. But yeah, Panthers win 13-6. Bryce Young hurt his ankle, so hopefully he gets back on the field next week. But hey, Panthers go 4-3, and you're on a 3-game winning streak. So enjoy it while you can. Let's talk about a game that made no dang sense. Denver Broncos beat the New York Football Giants 33-32, and to those casual fans, you might be like, well, I mean, the Giants are 2-5, so what do you mean this game doesn't make sense? I'm not saying the Broncos winning does not make sense. I'm saying how in the world, like how they won, that made no sense. Like you were getting shut out 3 of the 4 quarters. I just said that right. The Broncos, who scored 33 points, did not score a single point till the 4th quarter. So if you can do math, 33 points in 15 minutes of football to beat the poor Giants. That was your recap after the all the drugs game.
I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know if you have enough time to score 33 points in 1 quarter of football. I mean, I'm sure it's been done before, but I mean, to see it done to this, and it's not like they shut the Giants out in the 4th quarter either. I mean, the Giants, were they winning 19-0 going into the 4th quarter?
Yeah.
So the Giants were putting up some points too, but the Broncos just opened up that can on them. I don't know where it came from, what kind of spells Peyton is, doing in the locker room, or what's he doing? I don't know. It's just one of those things where you can't explain it. You can't explain it.
Yeah. Dad, did you see the ending to the game?
Yes.
When Jackson Dart scored that touchdown, all the Giants fans would rejoice and be like, okay, now even if Denver gets a field goal, it only goes into overtime. This kicker, I don't know if you saw it earlier today, but this got him fired. This man not only missed 1, but 2 extra points in the game. Dad, we say this every week. We usually say this for Blake Groupie, but I guess we got to share the love sometimes. You got one job. You ain't got to throw. You ain't got to catch. You ain't got to run. You ain't got to tackle. All you got to do is kick the dang ball. And he couldn't do it. MVP. This man did not miss just 1, but 2 extra points. Not even field goals. Extra points. For the first time in 40 years, when a team loses by 1 point. This is the first time in 40 years that a team lost by 1 point and their kicker missed multiple extra points without them being blocked. Clint kicks is just shanking. But the thing is, you know what makes this hurt for Giants fans the most? If he makes even one of the kicks, game goes to overtime. And the Giants felt the need to keep going for 2 because they didn't trust the kicker. I don't know if you remember, but the Giants scored a touchdown to go up 13-0. He misses the kick. So the next touchdown, they go for 2 because they don't trust him. But then they failed 2, so they were like, you know what? Why not just kick the extra point next time? So then they do kick the next touchdown. He gets the extra point. But then the game-winning touchdown, or at least that's what it looked like, he misses. So, do you have any final words for that Jude Giants kicker on his way out?
The only words I have is that a whistle in your hand?
Yeah.
You about to, throw a flag on somebody?
Yeah.
Who?
The kicker for being stupid.
Okay, well, let's throw a flag on this game and let's move on.
But yeah, that was just crazy though. It's like, bro, 33 points. Are you serious? Let's talk about another game that wasn't as crazy, but still crazy. Is Indiana Jones, man, and the Colts, bro. They on a roll. 38-24 over the Chargers. What is your takeaway after this one?
My Indianapolis Colts beat the Chargers. That's right. I'm adopting a new team, and it's the freaking Colts. I think the Colts going to the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Indianapolis Colts, Danny Dimes going to the Super Bowl.
You
Anyway,
know, you know how funny that would be. You know how funny that would be for Giants fans.
that would be funny, but I mean, who else? I mean, look at the AFC right now. I mean, you have the Chiefs, who've been down all year. I mean, they had a big win this past week, but they've been down all year. And Buffalo's lost a couple games in a row. And who else you got? Baltimore got off to a slow start. Joe Burrow's not there. I mean, who else in the AFC if it's not the Colts? I mean, they have a legitimate shot, dude. They do.
They do. But, like, you know how funny that would be to Giants fans, though? The
I
first
know
year,
it would.
like, the first year they all don't have Saquon, he goes ahead and wins Super Bowl. And then the year after Saquon Barkley gets his ring, Daniel Jones gets a ring.
Wow. I think I'm going for the Colts one, for real.
That would definitely.
You talked me into it.
Look, I would say if the Saints ain't going to make it, which they are obviously not going to make it. Like, the Colts, man, they're a sneaky team. Like, I think I might be rooting for them too for the memes.
Just for chaos, bro. Let's root for chaos. If we can't root for the Saints, we're gonna root for chaos.
Yeah, just root for Giants fans, bro. Man, if the Colts win the Super Bowl, they might just give up on football. It's like I mean, Jackson Dart's looking great, or not great, but he's looking pretty good. But he's not. I can't believe I'm about to say this in 2025. He's not looking Daniel Jones good, bro. That don't even sound right. But man, Colts win. Plus, Jonathan Taylor scores 3 touchdowns. We've been saying it all year that if you're going to win games, you need a reliant passing and a running game, and that's what the Colts have right now. So they're definitely a dark horse. Like in the AFC, I mean, can you really call them a dark horse though? Because I mean, the Colts are currently the number 1 seed, so it's like, honestly, they are definitely a dark horse. However, I'm gonna talk about my dark horse at the end. But first, let's talk about this, man. Commanders, bro. You see, there's a saying in football where it's like, enjoy every little bit of success that you have, because you'll miss it when it's gone. And oh boy, I hope you cherish that NFC Championship run, because I don't know what y'all are doing right now. That Dallas Cowboys put a foot down your throat, 44-22. What is your takeaway?
Takeaway is Dallas opened a can of whip booty on the Commanders. And Jaden Daniels just has not been himself after he's come back from this injury. So, maybe just give him a little time. Maybe he's going to get back into it. Or maybe, he needs more time to rest. I don't know if they got to sit him down for another week or two, if that's going to help or not. Did he get injured again? I saw Mariota playing. Mariota playing?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, that's right. He did hurt his little ankle or something.
Yeah. And Marcus Mariota came in and then immediately threw a pick six.
That's what he does. Mariota's not that good at football. I'll just let you know right now.
And it's weird because when he was playing at Oregon, a lot of people thought he was going to be the next sensation.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But yeah, Cowboys win 44-22. I mean, Mariota, CeeDee Lamb though, he's like, man, I'm back like I never left, man. As he caught a 74-yard touchdown. And Marshawn Lattimore, he might be cooked.
Yeah, he's still not looking good.
Yeah, he did bat. He did have a cool pass deflection. I'll give him that. But there's one play where he was lining up against George Pickens and he committed a blatant pass interference in the end zone. It's like even when he's not winning his matchup, he's still doing something where it's like you can't be doing that. But man, I think the Saints traded him at the perfect time. By the way, are you watching the NBA opening night?
I was watching a few minutes of it. I'm gonna go
Man,
back to it after we wrap up.
yeah, this game's crazy right now. But yeah, Cowboys win 44-22. All right, Green Bay Packers walk into Arizona and they beat the Cardinals 27-23 in a game where it looks like Arizona could have probably won if they didn't make a few mistakes at the end. But what's your takeaway after this one?
My takeaway is the Packers are full 1-1, and that one loss came against Joe Flacco. No. Anyway, the Cardinals, yeah, they're pretty sorry as well. So the Packers, they're still kind of struggling, but they did do enough to beat the Cardinals in this particular game. Full 1-1. They still got a decent record. The Cardinals 2-5. They going downhill as well. With the Saints, with the Jets, with the Browns. It's a log jam to try to get that first pick. Try to get Nussmeier. It's a log jam in there to try to get that boy. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know you like that.
Nussmeier's sorry. Whoever takes him at number one,
he's gonna be all right, right? He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell is gonna be all right too, huh?
Yeah.
Both came out of LSU too. But yeah, Cardinals lose again. Josh Jacobs ran for 2 touchdowns. Remember when stupid Cowboy fans actually thought that they won the Micah Parsons trade?
Yep.
Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3. And if you're asking yourself, what am I counting? That's the amount of sacks Parsons had on Sunday. 3 of them. He had 3 sacks.
Well, you know what? Yeah. Another thing, to change the subject back to what we were talking about, you need to be a little more nicer than us, Maya. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a little more nicer to people. That man's got a family. You know what I'm saying? He's got a mama. He's got a daddy. His daddy coaches for the Saints. And his daddy did not tell Kellen Moore not to throw that pass to Taysom Hill and be lateral and call back for a penalty. I mean, never mind. You can talk about this man because he don't know what he's doing either.
The thing is with Garrett Nussmeier, look, I respect him as a human being. Okay? Well, on a football level, this man's stupid. Like, this man can't read a defense. This man throws the ball into double coverage more than I have eyeballs.
What if he just didn't see the man?
Then he shouldn't be on the field.
What if he needs contact lenses?
Then he definitely shouldn't be on the field.
What if he needs glasses?
Then he definitely times 2 shouldn't be on the field. But yeah, Packers win. But hey, they almost got upset by the little Cardinals, and hey, the Cardinals nearly won, which is. But now let's talk about the best game of the weekend. It's the 49ers, man, put Atlanta into an early grave, 20-10. Dad, what is your recap of this one?
The Falcons are not good at football, man. I was watching this game. I was like, Michael Penis out there, he can't throw the ball. He can't run the ball. I mean, he's not very good at football either. And then the 49ers, they didn't even play a good game, and they won by 2 scores. I mean, so the 49ers are 5-2. They're, fighting for that division crown, and the Falcons, they were lucky to win 3 games. and now they're gonna go on this losing streak. They're gonna lose like 8 in a row, and it's gonna be terrible for the Atlanta Falcon fans, but it's gonna be great for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, week 18. If Atlanta somehow, someway still has a chance in week 18, you know what will be so hilarious? Is if the Saints go to Atlanta week 18 and knock them out the play. Man, look, I don't care if we're tanking. I don't care about none of that. I don't care if we win and the first pick goes to the frickin' Titans or the Jets. I don't care. I would rather look at Atlanta next to us on the couch than watch them on that TV screen. I'll tell you that right now.
No, you know what would be better? If Atlanta has a chance to go to the playoffs in week 18 and they're playing the Saints, and Saints need a touchdown to win. And Spencer Rattler drops back. He looks around. He throws it deep into the arms of Ja'Marr Chase. Touchdown, boy. And we win. There's that boy Ja'Marr Chase again on another football field doing his thing.
Yeah. You know what will be even funnier than that, though? Is if the Saints, with 4 seconds left in the game, down by 5, a touchdown wins the game. Spencer Rattler goes for a Hail Mary, and the pass is intercepted. However, Atlanta's running it back because they're stupid, and he fumbled the ball. And then the Saints scoop it up and scored a touchdown.
I like it. That'd be a crazy ending. It's going to be on all the Folly films and all that, but I like it.
That was so funny. Like Atlanta fans, like they get the interception. We're going to the playoffs, and he fumbled the ball, and then Chris Olave scoops it up, and he's running for the touchdown. And they're like, "Ay ay ay."
Because they'd be like, "Ay ay ay, Chris Olave, he's still on the Saints. Man, I thought they were gonna trade him. Dang."
Nah. Ja'Marr Chase will scoop up the ball, and it'll be like, "No playoffs for you." But yeah,
like Ja'Marr Chase, man, they didn't have to trade him for Olave, man. Oh man.
Yeah, 49ers went 20-10 though. Yeah, we got a little off topic there, but I don't care, man. They got tore up by Mac Jones. Look, and I understand we got tore up by Mac Jones, but we suck. So what did you expect? But Atlanta fans, you would think that they're the freaking Kansas City Chiefs because every year they're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, watch out. This is the year. Michael Penix is better. Fun fact, last week I heard an Atlanta fan say how good Penix was, and then this week he's calling for Kirk Cousins to start. Crazy how that works. Like a week ago, this man was praising him like he was Jesus Christ. And we got to that. Get off the team, Penix. It's crazy. Let's talk about another NFC South foe that lost. The Detroit Lions, man. They put that beat down on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9. I guess we're all just losing buddies, except for the Panthers. They got their little win this week. But everybody else is basement buddies, at least for this week. Lions 24-9. What is your reaction to this one?
My reaction is the Lions just got humiliated by the Chiefs, so they had to get their mojo back. I mean, they're a good team, so they was like, we can't go out like this. Even though the Buccaneers been hot, we're gonna have to find a way to do this at home and with a big win. And there they go, getting their big win. Big loss for the Buccaneers. Losing Mike Evans for quite a few weeks, probably with a broken collarbone and a concussion. I believe he had a concussion as well. So, yeah, big win for the Lions. They're one of the best teams. They're still on pace to challenge for that Super Bowl in the NFC.
Yeah, the Lions win 24-9. Jahmyr Gibbs ran wild on Tampa Bay game, 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. He just could not be stopped. Detroit wins. By the way, if y'all ain't watching this Rockets Thunder game, Kevin Durant just hit a mid-ranger against OKC to go up by 6. So it's an interesting game here. 97-91 if you ain't watching. But anyways, back on this. Tampa Bay, y'all can suck. Anyway, Seahawks, man. Look, they are my sleeper team to come out of the NFC. Just like you said, the Colts came out of the AFC. Hey, why not Seattle? I mean, who else in the NFC? Who else in the NFC is scaring you? Like Detroit. I mean, they had 2 bad losses. Tampa Bay, they just got killed by Detroit. Green Bay, they lost to Joe Flacco. The 49ers, Seattle can take them. Who else? The Rams, if they're not playing in London, they're not that great.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Eagles, their offense has been looking mostly vulnerable. Who else is solid in the NFC? Bears, they got Dennis Allen. I think that's probably it for like the contenders. It's weird saying Bears and contenders in the same sentence. Yeah, so that's basically it. But hey, 27-19 Seattle win. Dad, how do you feel about this one?
I'll tell you who is good at football is that boy Sam Darnold. He's pretty good at football the last couple of years. So, and he's on the road this year. So I like Seattle. I like your little dark horse pick. And the Texans, yeah, they're going nowhere fast. I mean, they look like a team that needs some new energy. I mean, that boy, the quarterback, what's his name?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. I mean, since his rookie year, it seems like he's regressing. I don't know what's up with that, but he's not progressing, he's regressing.
CJ Stroud said like a couple weeks ago that he doesn't feel or that he's not as young as he used to be. Brother, you're 23 years old. What do you mean? What? You don't feel like you're 16 no more playing high school football? Like what do you mean you don't feel young anymore? Like, bro, you're one of the youngest QBs in the league. You're younger than some of the rookies. Like Tyler, you're literally younger than Tyler Shuck. But yeah, Seattle win, man. 27-19. Texans got a late touchdown, which kind of made the score not as bad, but the game was never really close. So do you have anything else for us?
Nope. I'm gonna go watch some of this basketball with you, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, Dad, where can they find you?
Find me on Mic'd Up YouTube channel and on Hurricane Mike Show every week.
Yeah. You can always find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, and Keeping It Real, Who That's Most podcast. Shout out to Jerry G for showing up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so that you don't miss another upload. And Dad, we're going to leave them as always with a who dat. And don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcon fan, or you might just score 10 points.
Yep.